Hi dear children, how are you? I hope you are fine. Which chapter we are still discussing? Chapter 10, tens and hundreds. Still we are discussing the units of length. What are the units of length? Kilometer, meter, centimeter, millimeter. How can you relate the kilometer? km. km means kilometer. M means meter, cm means centimeter, mm means millimeter. These are the short forms we have to use to denote these units. Okay. And what are the conversions formula? See here, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter. You have to remember these three formulas. Okay. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. Repeat after me children. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter. Okay. In the last section, we have already discussed how to convert centimeter to millimeter as well as meter to centimeter. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to convert kilometer to meter. Okay. Conversion of kilometer to meter. Okay. We are going to convert the unit kilometer to meter. In order to convert kilometer to meter, multiply the given values by 1000. Okay. You have to multiply the given value by 1000. Why we are multiplying the given value by 1000? Because 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Here 1 kilometer its value is equal to 1000 meter. So in order to convert kilometer to meter, you have to multiply the given value by 1000. Let's play children. See the sums. Convert the following kilometer to meter. First sum 3 kilometer. In the solution part, first step you have to write the conversion formula. That is 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Next you have to write the question. 3 kilometer equal to multiply the given value. What is the given value? 3. 3 by 1000. That is 3 into 1000. And here write the unit as meter because we are converting this kilometer to meter by multiplying it by 1000. It's great children. In this step, you have to write the unit as meter only. Don't write kilometer. So 3 into 1000. Write the unit as m. That is meter. Next 3 into 1000. How can you multiply? Strike out the zeros. Multiply the values. 1 3 is 3. Now write these 3 zeros. 1 2 3 and write the unit as meter. So after the 3 digit, 2 digit, first you have to put the comma after the first 3 digit from the right hand side, and then every 2 digit you have to place the commas. This is the way of placing comma in Indian system of numeration. So we have to place the first comma after the 3 digit, that is 1 2 3. So you have to place the comma here. Thus we have converted the kilometer into meter. See here children. 3 kilometer equal to 3000 meter. See here, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. 3 kilometer equal to 3000 meter. It's clear? See the next sum. 20 kilometer. You have to convert this kilometer to meter. So first you have to write the conversion formula. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. Okay. Now we have to convert this kilometer to meter by multiplying the given value by 1000. So 20 into 1000. You have to write here the unit as meter. Listen carefully children. Here you have kilometer. Here you have to write meter. Why? Because we are converting this kilometer into meter by multiplying the given value by 1000. Okay, so 20 into 1000. Here you have to write the unit meter. Now you have to multiply this 20 by 1000. For that you have to forget these zeros. So what are the remaining values? 2 and 1. So 2 into 1, 2. How many zeros you must write out? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So here you have to add 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So as per the Indian system of numeration, you have to place the first comma starting from the right. That is 1, 2, 3. After the 3 digit, you have to place the first comma. How can you read this number? Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000. That is 20,000 meter. Thus 20 kilometer is equal to 20,000 meter. Is clear? See the next sum. 437 kilometer. Here you have to convert this kilometer into meter. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. First you have to write the conversion formula. 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. In the next step you have to multiply the given value by 1000 in order to change the kilometer into meter. Thus 437 into 1000. Here you have to write the unit meter. So for multiplying the 437 by 1000, first you have to forget these zeros. Now you have to multiply the 437 by 7 is 7, 13 is 3, 14 is 4. Now you have to add these 3 zeros. Now you have to place the comma after the first 3 digits from the right hand side. So 1, 2, 3 first comma. After every 2 digits. So 1, 2. So after this you have to stop your comma. Now you have to read this number. How can you read this number? Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh. So 4,37,000 meter. This value is equal to 437 kilometer. That is, we have converted this kilometer into meter. I hope you have understand this now. See here children, this is an arrow diagram. This represents how to convert the higher units to lower units. See here children, what are the units? See the units: kilometer, meter, centimeter, millimeter. Which is the highest unit? Kilometer. Next meter. Next centimeter. Next millimeter. Now we are going to convert kilometer to meter. Means you have to multiply the given value by 1000. That's why here I am written into 1000. Do you understand? See here meter, here centimeter. So to convert meter to centimeter, you have to multiply the given value by 100. See here we have centimeter, here we have millimeter. So if you convert centimeter into millimeter, you have to multiply the given value by 10. Okay. Suppose if you don't know the formula means, now I am giving the hint to remember this formula. Listen here. First here you have to write the kilometer km, and then m, and then cm, and then mm. km, m, cm, mm. Repeat after me children. km, m, cm, mm. Likewise, you have to write the units, and the next step, here you write the first 10 and then add 1 0, 100 and then you add 1 0, 1000. Now we are going to do the formula. Okay, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. Do you understand children? 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. Similarly, 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter. I hope you all understand this formula. So you have to keep in your mind to convert kilometer into meter, multiply the given value by 1000. To convert meter to centimeter, convert the given value by 100. To convert centimeter to millimeter, multiply the given value by 10. While you are converting the higher unit to lower units, you always use the operation multiplication. Okay. Now listen my question. What are the 4 fundamental operations? Yes, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. In the last, already we have seen large number of addition. Okay. And also we have seen how to multiply the number ending with zeros. In today's class we are going to discuss how to subtract the large numbers. Okay, see here, see the first sum. 1008 minus 99. In the question they will use the numbers like this: 1008 minus 99. In the solution part, you have to write the question like this. First you have to write 1008 and you have to write the 99 starting from the right hand side. That is 99. Now we are going to subtract this 99 from 1008. See here children, in the first row the element should be bigger than the number in the second row. Here we have 8, here we have 9. So to subtract the 9 from 8, you have to make this number 8 as bigger than 9. For that, the 8 is going the process of borrowing. So this 8 go to the 0 and ask to help give some values to subtract the 9 from me. This 0 goes to this 0, give some value to help the 8. Similarly, this 0 go and ask the 1 to help the 0. So this 1 decided to give 1 to this 0. So it has only one value. It gave that 1 to this 0. So 1 minus 1 it became 0. So this 1 became 0. Now this 0 got one value from this 1. So this 0 became 10. Do you understand children? This 0 became now 10. Already this 0 asked help from this 0. So this 10 I have to give some value to this 0. So it is decided to give one value to this 0. So after subtracting 1 from 10 you get 9. Now this value 0 became 10. But already 8 asked help from 0. So you have to give one value to 8. So by subtracting 1 from 10 we get 9. Now this value present 10 give 1 to this 8. So this 8 became 18 now. So you have to strike out the 8 and write as 18. Finally, we make the 8 as a bigger number than 9. By subtracting 9 from 18, what is your answer? By subtracting 18 minus 9, that is 18 minus 9. So your answer is 9. You have to keep 8 in your mind and you have to give 9 on the finger. By subtracting you get 9. Similarly, 9 minus 9, what is your answer? 0. Similarly, here we have 9, here we have no number, so you have to write the number as it is 9. See, here we have 0, here we have no number, so you have to keep it as empty. Now, I am going to give you a hint to check your answer. Listen carefully. Now you have to, this is the answer part. You have to add these two elements as you have to add these two numbers to check your answer. See here, 9 plus 9, 18. Similarly, 9 plus 0, 9. Here we have no number, so you have to keep it as 0. 0 plus 9, 9. Okay, this is the way you have to check your answer. If you add the number in the second row and the answer part, you get the number in this row. Then only your answer is correct, thus our sum is correct. I hope you understand. See the next sum. Read this number 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. So this is 7 lakh. You have to place the number after 3 digit, 2 digit. Similarly, 3 digit, 2 digit. Now we are going to subtract this value from this. See here, what is the last digit? 0. 0 is not enough to subtract 5. So you have to borrow from this 0. It also asks to borrow from this 0. This also asks to borrow from this previous digit. Similarly, they are going to finally they went to 7. So 7 gave 1 to this 10. So 7 became 6. It has 7 values. It gave 1 to this 0. So removing 1 from 7, it became 0. Now the 0 became 10. Now we have to give one value to this 0. So it became 9. Now this 0 became 10. That is, it gave one value to this 0. So it became 10. By removing 1 from 10, it became 9. Similarly, it became 10. It became 9. Similarly, it became 9 and became 10. Similarly, it became 9. It changed as 10. Okay. Now we are going to subtract 5 from 10. So 10 minus 5, 5. 9 minus 4, 5. 9 minus 3, 9 minus 3, 6. 9 minus 2, 7. 9 minus 1, 8. 6 minus 5, 1. Now we are going to check the answer. See here, 5 plus 5, 10. 5 plus 4, 9. 6 plus 3, 9. 7 plus 2, 9. 8 plus 1, 9. 5 plus 1, 6. Thus our answer is correct. Similarly, to do this sum, you have to subtract the 9 from 7. So you have to borrow the value from the previous one. Here we have 8. So this 8 you have to give 1 to 7. So it became 7 and this 7 became 17. Okay. Now you have to subtract the 9 from 17. So what is your answer? 8. Now you have to subtract the 9 from 7. So you have to go to the process of borrowing. So you have to add some value from 2. So this 2 became 1 and this 7 became 17. By subtracting 9 from 17 you get 8. Similarly here we have 1 but here we have 9. So again we have to borrow the values. So 3 became 2. This 1 became 11. So by subtracting 9 from 11 you get 2. Similarly, see here we have 9, here we have 2. So in order to subtract the 9 from 2, you have to borrow. So borrow value from 4, it becomes 3 and it became 12. By subtracting 9 from 12, what is your answer? 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. Now we are going to check the answer. See here 9 plus 8, 17. 9 plus 8, 17. 9 plus 2, 11. 9 plus 3, 12. 2 plus 1, 3. Thus our answer is correct. Okay. See the last sum. See here we have 4. Here we have 6. So in order to subtract 6 from 4, you have to borrow. But here we have 0. Here also we have 0. So finally we have to borrow from the value from 3. So 3 became 2, it became 9, it became 9, it became 14. So hereafter you don't mention this 10, 10, 10. Okay. For your understanding purpose only, I have mentioned as a 10, 10, 10. If you need this means you can write. Okay. If you know very well means you can write as this. Okay. Now we are going to subtract 6 from 14. So by subtracting 6 from 14, what is your answer? Yes, 8. Similarly, 9 minus 3. What is your answer? 6. 9 minus 1, 8. 2 minus 1, 1. Now we are going to check our answer. See here, 6 plus 8, 14. 6 plus 3, 9. 8 plus 1, 9. 1 plus 1, 2. So our answer is correct. Okay. I hope you all understand the units of length and how to convert the higher unit to lower unit and also the subtraction of large numbers. Write the class work neatly and do the homework correctly. Okay. Thank you, children.
My dear children, in today's activity, we are going to do the activity for the concept of divisibility test for 6. We have already know if a number is divisible by 6 means it must be divisible by both 2 and 3. If a number is divisible by 6 means it must be divisible by 2 and 3. Then only we can say the number is divisible by 6. Let us do one activity for this concept. Okay. For that, first we are taking one number 12. Now we are going to check whether this number is divisible by 2 and 3. Okay. First we are going to check the 12 is divisible by 2 or not. Okay. For that, you have to divide the 12 things into 2 equal parts. For that, we have to take 12 shapes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thus, we have taken 12 shapes. You have to divide these 12 shapes into 2 equal parts without any remainder. Then only we can say 12 is divisible by 2. Okay. Let us check. For that, you have to divide these 12 shapes into 2 equal parts. So first you have to take two shapes and give one to each set. Give one to each set. Similarly, you have to divide the 12 pieces. See, there is no remaining pieces. Next, we have to count how many shapes in each set. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thus, in each set, we have 6 shapes. Thus, we can say 12 divided by 2 equal to 6. From this, we can say the number 12 is divisible by 2. Okay. Next, we are going to check whether this 12 is divisible by 3 or not. For that, you have to again divide these 12 shapes into 3 equal parts. Okay, 1, 2, 3 equal parts we have to divide these 12 shapes. For that, first you have to take 3 shapes and give one to each set. Again you have to take 3 shapes and give one to each set. Similarly, you have to do. See, only 3 pieces remaining. and giving 1 to each set. Thus, we have divided the 12 shapes into 3 sets. Let us count how many shapes in each set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thus, we can write 12 divided by 3 means the quotient is 4. Okay. Thus, we can say the 12 is divisible by both 2 and 3. Now we can say 12 is divisible by 6. Let us check whether the 12 is divisible by 6 or not. For that we have to divide these 12 shapes into 6 equal parts. Okay, and also we have no remaining shapes. Then only we have to say the 12 is divisible by 6. Let us check. For that we have to divide these 12 shapes into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are going to divide these shapes into 6 equal parts. So first step you have to take 6 shapes. So give 1 to each set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again you have to take 6 shapes and give 1 to each set. See, I have 6 shapes. So give 1 to each set. See, there is no remaining shapes. So we can say 12 is divisible by 6. Let us write the quotient by counting the number of pieces in each set. See how many sets here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thus we have divided the 12 into 6 equal set, and each set it has 2 pieces. So the quotient is 2. Thus, if a number is divisible by 2 and 3, we can say it is divisible by 6. Let us see one more example. Now I am taking the number 10. Now we are going to check whether this number is divisible by 6 or not. For that you have to check the number 10 is divisible by 2 or not, 2 and 3 or not. First we are checking the 10 is divisible by 2. Next you have to check the 10 is divisible by 3 or not. Okay. For 10 divisible by 2, you have to divide the 10 by 2 equal parts. For that you have to take 10 shapes. Let us take 10 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 shapes. You have to divide these 10 shapes into 2 equal parts. Similarly, by seeing these shapes, we can easily divide into 2 equal parts. Equal parts means it has same number of shapes. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also we have 5. Thus we have divided the 10 into 2 equal parts. Thus 10 divided by 2 equal to the quotient is 5 and we have no remainder. Next we are going to check whether the 10 is divisible by 3 or not. For that you have to divide these 10 shapes into 3 equal parts. Okay. For that first you have to take 3 shapes and give 1 to each set. 1, 2, 3. Again you have to take 3 shapes and give 1 to each set. 1, 2, 3. Again you have to take 3 shapes and give 1 to each set. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next see here children, we have 1 remaining pieces. Let us count how many shapes in each set. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Each set contains 3 shapes. That is, they have 3 equal shapes. But we have 1 remaining piece. So we can say that 10 is not divisible by 3. So 10 is divisible by 2, but 10 is not divisible by 3. So we can say 10 is not divisible by 6. I hope you understand. If a number is divisible by both 2 and 3 means we can say it is divisible by 6. Suppose if a number is failed in any one of the case means we can say it is not divisible by 6. I hope you have understand the concept of divisibility of 6. Okay. Thank you.